Hello, Carolyn. Hello. I guess by now you probably know that Heidi Harley has been up to no good and has given us a tremendous task in trying to put into words what influence or inspiration your research and your work has had on us over the years. Uh, this has been this has been very difficult for myself, having been on so many adventures with you, to try to focus in what I think your influence and inspiration has been on me, which has been tremendous, and I could talk for many days. I have put together this little presentation, and it does have video, which also has made it extremely daunting. One of the fact is I have no knowledge on how to edit things. So what it is what it is, and this is entirely unscripted. Uh, so we'll just have to cross our fingers and see how this goes. So I guess I would like to put uh, Dr. Carolyn Harley in a bit of a spotlight. And what I would like to focus on is your research and who you are as a researcher that has been so influential to me over the years. I will focus on and concentrate on the work that's been done on our side of the street. And I'm going to start off by talking about Dr. Carolyn Harley, the pioneer and the explorer, and particularly focusing on your foundation work in the 80s with Dr. Richard Newman. And this was one of the first studies that was really focusing on the influence of norepinephrine in the hippocampus. And being at a time when the effects of norepinephrine were not widely known of what happens when it is released in the brain and acts as a neurotransmitter. So beginning with this, the story continues, and I can highlight some of the work, of course, that became so important to my own research over the many years as well. And that is really an evolution of the idea of norepinephrine release and locus coeruleus activity and the effects it has on plasticity and memory in the hippocampus. Working with some tremendous individuals, and particularly starting with J.C. Lakai, who was a PhD student of yours, who has gone on to have a tremendous career looking at the effects in vitro. And then really an evolution of ideas and techniques and ideas that were examined over the years through the concepts. The work with Susan Sarah and Carolyn Harley, the dynamic duo of locus coeruleus exploration and studies, and throughout the decades, 90s to the 2010s, and so much work that I haven't highlighted here as well. And even very recently with Megan Quinlan, where we were able to bring optogenetic technology to our lab and work at selectively activating the locus coeruleus neurons in vivo and looking at the effects on activity in the dentate gyrus. From there, very recently, the work that went on looking at the firing properties of the locus coeruleus and its effects on remapping in the hippocampus, the work done with Stephanie Grella and Deanna Marone. And of course, you've done more across the street, and I know my sister Chi will highlight so much more of this work as well. Excuse me, and also a great influence to myself. And my current NSERC-funded research program was the introduction of gain theory, or glutamate amplification of norepinephrine effects, and to which there's so many interesting questions that we can ask that are examining the relationship between glutamate and norepinephrine, particularly in hippocampus and memory systems. And so I can also highlight which over the years, the work that we've done in looking at glial neuronal interactions, in particular astrocytes and metabolism and neuronal activity. Of course, you were always very supportive of my interest in those enigmatic glial cells, so very influential. And of course, as we come into a very recent work that is being done, and that is the influence of locus coeruleus in Alzheimer's disease, and looking at the effects reported by Brock in humans, looking at the very earliest changes that occur that may be risk to the progression to Alzheimer's disease, and the development of the pre-tangle model with Ji-Wan, and of great focus in my lab as well. And of course, I remember, Carolyn, you saying that never in a million years did you think that you would be doing Alzheimer's research. And I just would like to highlight some of these, some of the qualities as a researcher that brings you to such exciting ideas. So as a researcher, of course, you've had such tremendous influence and inspiration on my current work. I'm always, just so impressed with your ability to acquire knowledge. You are a human sponge, and you just absorb so much information, whether it's scientific, whether it's life experience, but your ability to bring information, your ability to observe and listen, just brings, when knowledge is power. Knowledge brings also creativity. Of course, the more you know, the more expansive your approaches can be. With this brings fearlessness, and I know you will argue that this is that you are not fearless, but I have seen you take ideas and that are outside of the box and are able to apply through knowledge and creativeness, that your approach to science is fearless. You are also resourceful, which I think is a tremendous quality that researchers have to possess. And I've seen over the years in Newfoundland where we don't always have access to the most advanced technologies, but I've also seen you be resourceful, bringing your ideas to fruition with the technology, with the equipment, with the people that are available. Resourceful, if you don't have it, you find it or fix it or build it. MacGyver it, which we've done so many times. But yeah, this approach, being resourceful, has been one of your great successes as well. And your enthusiasm, the enthusiasm that you bring in your conversations about your own research, but not only that, the research that other people are doing. It is your excitement for science and knowledge and advancement. And you are able to communicate this with others, that they become excited, they become energized and keen. And with this, you're able to build tremendous teams of individuals, like-minded, excited, energetic, all with different backgrounds. You know that when you bring people together, we can get so much more accomplished when we work together. So I cannot not say your inspiration as a mentor, and all of the individuals that you've mentored over the years. You bring all these qualities to all of us, these being examples these are some of your PhD students, but all of your students, undergraduates and graduate students. We have myself and Dr. Bob Brown and Dr. Doris Babstock and a host of individuals, that so many that have gone on to be successful in all of the areas that they've chosen. And so with this, you have always celebrated and supported everyone's success. And it was a privilege to be there to celebrate your success and award of emeritus, and to see you in your musketeer hat. Like, but so many awards over your careers that we were able to celebrate with you. And also working with Carol and Harley means you have this ever expansive family. Carol and Harley's family spans the globe, but you bring this sense of family and friendship and warmth, and these create lifelong, enduring friendships with so many individuals. And these are only a few. And with this, I will just say that that you have been able to bring your inspiration to us, that we have so much that we now give to our students, or your grand students as it goes, but your enthusiasm, your excitement, and all of the qualities that I've outlined. All of these students will be better for the Carol and Harley's lineage in their supervision. So in closing, I would just like to give you another blue spot with a number of things that came to my mind when I thought of your influence and your inspiration. So one of the things that I realized that I didn't have in there, and I will probably close with this, is saying, Dr. Carolyn Harley, you are a light for so many of us that work with you, that know you, that love you. And you are the light in our everyday conversations. You're the guiding light as we do our work and move forward in our own research and our programs. And I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I'm going to close by sending you a great big hug from Newfoundland. And we give you a little kiss goodbye, and I'll talk to you soon.